Well, hello to episode 4 of FPL Top Dogs Ballyhaunis, and here's the guru here, Vince the Guru Wega, to take you through all the shenanigans and the controversies and the disappointments and the exhilarations of game week 1 of the new Premier League season 2022-23. And yes, I'm out in a little bit of pucka. Why not a shirt and a crazy orange tie? Just to stand out a bit and just the credence of it. Yeah, okay, so let's really get straight into this thing, and thanks for tuning in. Loads amazing response to the Christy Nicholson Pub League. We have the most entries we've ever had, at least 75. That's nearly 25 to 30% more than last year. We had about 55. So this is what's all about. And nearly everybody I know in the league, it's one of them things where it's a local league based around the community of Ballyhaunis, Knock, Ballinlough, Milltown to Castlereagh, all over Armore, Torreen to even to Galway, and even to London, where I have a load of friends here that have joined. But really, this FPL Top Dogs is our Ballyhaunis trademark, consisting of the Christy Nicholson Pub Fantasy League, the 4th place in that going to the Kirk Clapp Memorial Cup, and the last trophy is the King of the Travellers, the knockout head-to-head. So where points scored against your rival counts for every game week, and you get fixed to somebody every week. So let's share this thing. Really happy with the turnout this year. Delighted. I'll wait for next week to stop if any new entries are coming in for next week. So let's get onto this. Let's get straight into this. I've done a video as well, so just share the screen. Good stuff. Done the video for this now. My contract with this video making company ends at the end of August, so I don't know what I'm going to do after this. So enjoy the videos while I have them, but this will set the tone of everything. Okay, don't want it too loud just in case. Okay, enjoy everyone. Good stuff, right? Right, lots to get into here. Anyway, just these are our resident guys. Thanks to everybody here in the WhatsApp group that we have, and we have FPL Top Dogs, the resident group, and we have Gone to the Dogs, which is more diverse. Loads of people in the WhatsApp. So if you're listening to our show or watching my pod, please join the Gone with the Dogs, or get one of the guys like Mark Phillips and Adrian Phillips and Hitman Nestor has come back with a vengeance. Christy Kilcourse, Shane Luigi Healy. That all these guys will get you in if you want to get into the Gone to the Dogs. A lot of banter. But with the resident group we have, it's more of a kind of private, exclusive. We've been getting some crazy. So fair play to Christy Kilcourse calling De Silva from Brentford. That's some guts and some great calls. Ups and downs, but these are our guys. Right, just as last year, Joey Neenan, Joey Commando Neenan winning it last year. Myself there in second, and third, Stephen Strefford Nolan. All top dogs there, rising the cream to the crop. Yeah, this is City in an Erling Wonderland. Walking in a winter wonderland. City in an Erling Wonder Haaland. Ladas now Lotus cars too. So that's just a pun on the cars there. But yeah, West Ham were made to look extremely ordinary. They worked very, very hard. They didn't stop running. but very, very limited, especially in that midfield. They couldn't get possession, something like 84 to 6% against at home, and they just got annihilated there. A great through pass there for the second goal. You know, Erling Haaland then got the penalty. He made it all himself. A great De Bruyne as well, that for the second goal, and he took it away, Haaland, with a plum. So yeah, De Bruyne looks on fire, and it really cutting them passes from deep is seriously, if they don't get you over the top or if they don't get you in the box, they find a way to just find that weakness in every team now. So the champion's off to a runner, a great runner. Yeah, Ten Hag, and United display turns Old Trafford there. Pascal Blue, again another pun, has Ten Hag's new story, which he said a new chapter, a new story is to be written in his program notes. Turns too gross to stomach. Another pun, 2 goals from the German Gross, and just devastating stuff. Yeah, they got a scrappy goal back, but all over the pitch, there's just not any plus points there to take from any of the United players there in that team. Very disappointed with Sancho. Rashford was anonymous up front in this false number 9. It doesn't suit United to do false number 9 sitting back. They go hell for leather. They have possession. They attack both wings. They're always running forward, and there's always like an enforcer in there. And I just think United will never get back to where they were. Like with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, he finished second. Okay, it came to a bad. I'm not advocating he should still be there, but he did have the heartbeat of that club, and now I'm not sure this is United, what we saw against Brighton. Brighton have some amazing away performances over the seasons, beating Tottenham and Arsenal away, great results last season, and now they've got their first ever win at Old Trafford after the 4-0 pasting they gave United over in Brighton in the last season. So not many assets, but this is Spurs' Call of Cthulhu, as in the Metallica song Cthulhu. 13-point haul, phenomenal. Like, who needs Harry Kane and Son, guys? Shocking stuff with Harry Kane, and totally anonymous. And Sonny got the assist. He'll score goals. Kane will score goals, but most people can't fit a Kane or a Haaland in their team if they've got Salah. And it's just a total. I'll get into the details later. Spurs 4, Saints 1, and not even Kane or Son on the sheet. Kulusevski, Dejan Kulusevski, he could be, a very value pick, alternative to Son. I still want Son, but if I don't have Son, I'd like this guy. He's proved a point, and like what Ryan Sessegnon said, with Perisic coming in on his left back slot, he says these guys are just making us play out of our skin because there's a lot of quality in the bench, and Carlson there will be pushing for Son, Kane, and Kulusevski to start. There's going to be proper rotation, great squad stuff, and also Perisic came in there to state, listen, Kyle Walker-Peters is a bit short of that back post. Get in on top of them and score. And what did Brian did? He had that in his head, and that was very amazing advice. So it's good vibes at Spurs at the moment, and everyone's pulling in the same direction. Good start for Spurs, top of the table now. Yeah, so Sessionon's an option. There's some good options in that Spurs team at the minute for low prices, 5 million to get in there. No clean sheet though. Yeah, Mitro 2, Salah 1. Mitro is the full Monty, now 6.6. Now, yeah, he scored 2 to Salah's 1. Salah got the assist. Loads of people on Salah as captain, but yeah, Mitro's on penalties as well. Mitrovic. So look, this guy is massive value. He could be the Bamford. He could have been a couple of years ago when Fulham were in the Premier League, but he never really shined. A couple of years later, and he looks an absolute horse of a bull up front there, and penalties as well. What's not to like? And we'll see later what I've done with him. Yes, this is Park Ruan now. For everyone who doesn't know Park Rouge, Ruan, I went to school with his brother Seamus, but Park is a year ahead of me, and he knows most of my cousins. So we had a good scalp of a couple of beers there when I was back, um, lads, for that 10 days in July. Phenomenal. I'll never forget the night we had. Great night, great pool, great guy, and he's an FPL top dog stalwart from the get-go. Like when I started this league thing off, the Christy Nicholson Park was in there, John Kelly, and Christy Kilcourse was in there, all the stalwarts, and just Rouge number 81. I mean, has in the car in one of them Kentucky Derby things, or Racing Rouge number 81 car, handcuffs, record numbers in Christy Nicholson Demolition Derby. And winner, all right. So that's the Rouge Meister, Park Huan, Return of the Rouge. And what I mean by that is he's been in the doldrums for a few years here, not since 2017 when he won it. And he's not really had a good 2 or 3 seasons. He really came back a bit last season from nowhere and never gives up, no matter what position he's in. He loves the game, plays it always. It's always on his phone, and he's a big United fan. So Return of the Mac, 1996, epic for Mark Morrissey, Morrison, I think, Mark Morrison, and Return of the Mac. And that's Park. That's the mock-up for the week. And congratulations, Park, for a phenomenal 81. And it's amazing how he's managed to do it as well. Great performance. We'll look at his team later. Yeah, just to say, Park Rouge won, 81 points. Joe Braid, I don't know Joe very well, but he's phenomenal. He's been in the leagues for the last few years. And the Commendables, so the top dogs both on 81. The Commendables, Michael Waldron, or Ballyhaunis town football centre-back. Dara Hunt, Aidan Gaffney, 79, both. Sean Sniper Gilday, terrific score there, 78. Great start for him. Kevin Guru Killer Kilbride, the reference to killing me and the Nosh, the King of the Travelers, a couple of times. And Joy Fahy, Sean Frame, and Sean Herr at the end here, and a few others on 77. But there seemed to be, a massive dearth of players in the Christy Nicholson that have started phenomenally well. And most of everyone is, the low score might be 32, but the average is like 50, 60, 70 is really, really good scores. Now this is what I wanted to say, folks. Massive stuff. Kane falls to 11.4 million, and that absolutely blows a lot of people. People who have not had that 0.5 in the bank at the beginning of the season when they did their final draft will come to regret, because that's going to be tricky, because Haaland, as you can see, rose 11.6 million. So that's a 0.2 difference to find if you've not saved your 0.5. But it is a bummer knowing that you've basically lost half a million, half a digit, which will lock you out and to a point where you're going to have to do some mixing, maybe get a 4.5 defender back down to a 4 million and do your -4 hit for next week. I don't know, but it's a myth off, and this is the main reason why the moment Haaland's done his, I think actually in Saturday, after the whole shenanigans, I pressed the wildcard button, and Saturday night I already got in the guys, and I'll let you know later. So that's Mitrovic 6.6, Zinchenko 5.1. So yeah, once I saw the Arsenal performance, and Zinchenko is actually finding the season, 5 million. I knew kind of going in it was phenomenal value, better than Gabriel, because he could be shifted up into midfield and higher up as a wing back in the back three. But this is the four big movers. Devastating stuff for Kane. A bit harsh in a way, but everyone had that ploy of transferring after that Kane Southampton match was over, hoping there was a couple of for Kane. That blanked, so everyone's gone on Haaland, and basically that 0.1 million's gone to Haaland, and that's just people voting with their feet, and that's what the early days of FPL is all about. You get your wildcard done quick, get them price movers in before they move. So if Haaland gets up another 0.1 I'll have that I'll have 0.1 million in the bank. So getting in early, you'll get the full benefit. and that's why I pulled my wild card straight away. And that's just the basic. Also, when the pub is no more at the minute, it's no license, but the building is there to be rented publicly. Christie's pub will always live on in our hearts and in us. Okay. And I saw Christy Nicholson himself over. He's having a great time, and he's still doing bits and pieces and work, and he's still in the pub now and again in the Gills Bar. If you're interested, this is anything carrying on. The most transferred in is Erling Haaland. I think he's gone up from something like about 50% selected Newcastle. Newcastle's 11.5. He's 11.6 now, so that's old. That was before, but you can see that over 500,000 players have got in Haaland already for game week 2, 300,000 for Zinchenko, no 250 or over 250,000 for Mitrovic, a load for Kulusevski. He's going to surely go up in price soon enough. And this is selected by Martinelli is massive, Nunez is massive, Saliba is very good quality, 4.5. Mo, well, obviously a lot of people have gone without Mo to get in Kane or Haaland, or Kane and Son, or Son and Haaland, or whatever option it was to get De Bruyne and Son, whatever it was. The three premiums was very hard to get. So like I think Son is the only good side of what I did this game week, is keeping faith in Son, of course. And there you go. Groba 5.5 is great value. Trippier, I love Trippier. I just feel like he's got a great potential to score. And Newcastle kept a clean sheet the other day against Forest. So that's the Reece James is popular enough in there as well. Cancelo. Most transferred out. I think Trent Alexander-Arnold's up here. Yeah, he is minus 74,000. Everyone off Kane. It had to come. Massive deluge of people off Kane just to get the Haaland, and it was a straight swap for so many people like me who initiated the wild card on Saturday night. I said, that's it, can't deal with it, and I got in Haaland before he was actually playing. So I've managed to bank the 11.5 as a straight swap in a way. So I've not lost anything. It's Seuss now. That's a strange one in a way. Very disappointed with the Seuss. He had chances. The only good point, the good point with Arsenal is really Martinelli is just the option to go. If you, Martinelli and Jesus, Martinelli and Saka, I think it's very possible to go on a 3 Arsenal at the minute. They've got such a great run. Zinchenko is a must. Definitely Martinelli and either Saka or Jesus, but you can't have 4, and that's amazing for Arsenal fans this year, is that we're all, and also Saliba as well, Gabriel. You know, some great options still with Arsenal. Matty Cash is lots of mistakes here. Hung Mo, oh wow, Son is, wow, that's massive. That's probably to get people are messing about to get Haaland in there because he's 10 million. It's a lot of people probably done the wild cards. Yeah, a lot of people want to get Darwin Núñez in there. And so Diaz is, I like that move. I think Diaz is way more explosive. Firmino really blew his chance there against Fulham. That's very, very frustrating. So there's a loads of action there, loads of massive action. Any price rises since? Well, that's the latest what we see, but more horrors will be on the way for a lot more as people really start to press the panic button. But I personally think the panic button, I revel with the panic button. I think William overdoing, or I've not lost. This is what I've done here. Okay. First of all, I'll just for the record, I'm not going to speak too much about myself here in the FPL. Really innocuous 52 from the guru here, and not even got the average. The average was just massive after the City show and the clean sheet. I was looking, I could beat the average, but after that, I had no City. I thought that West Ham might score. That's why I had Bowen in there. I had him in because I knew I was going to. If I didn't have him in, I'd have probably Madison or somebody like that in, and then I used the 0.5 to get Bowen in for Forest away, which is game week 2. But I said, feck it, let's go from the start. He scored 2 against City last season, but this is a 86% City possession. It's just, that's pure blackguard, and the general principles of the footballing theory of relativity, that's just unbelievable. Yeah. not too bad with Pickford. Absolutely devastated with the 2 Villa. That was a massive mistake. That was a massive blunder. Heads up to Connor Hussey there for. I asked them what would I do? Would I kind of have Saka, Digne, or Bailey versus Martinelli, um, Reece James, or I can't think the other guy. But like he did call it right there. I should have went for that vice. It was a no-brainer to get Martinelli in and James in there, and that would have been looked a lot better. But no luck that I made the wrong call. Everyone's got Jesus, but I think his price is going to drop very quick. So much owned here, and you've got 151,000 off him. So when's his price going to drop? If he blanks again against Leicester at home at the Emirates, or if he just gets like an innocuous assist and it's a 1-1, that you'd think 8 million was valuable. He'd gone at 7.9 pretty quick and sharpish with that. Happy enough with the Patterson of that he's a 4 million. I think he will play lots of games. He's handy to have, but it's not many bright points for himself there. I thought the treble Liverpool, I thought that was a winner there, but not to be, and not much happening for me there. So I've got the wildcard activated here. I'm sure it says it here. Wildcard is still active until next Saturday when we have a full load of games. No Friday night game. So Villa Everton, I wouldn't know how to call that. Don't think Dominic Calvert-Lewin will be back for that, but I've seen Everton display. It was very Yerry Mina looked like he got injured as well, and also the other, not Holgate, Godfrey, he got injured as well. So tricky. So there will be relying on Dele Alli, which he's very, very hit and miss. But when he's on, he's on. Dele. So I just got my Spurs hat on here. Arsenal, Leicester conceding like confetti. So I fancy a 3-2 there. I fancy a 0-0 or a 1-0 to Villa here, or either or. I fancy Arsenal to score. Obviously, they'll be well up for it in the ferocious Gooner Emirates. There, it's hard to really quell them or keep them quiet. Especially if they get the run on you. And Leicester need to be solid at the back. Fofana is looking at pastures elsewhere as well. So that was a bad blow for Leicester to concede them 2 late goals. Well done to Christy with the silver there. Tony should have scored a few. Missed a lot, like, which is shocking, like, if you have them. Newcastle away to Brighton, strange affair, not sure, could go either way. City, Bournemouth, that's the one. Everyone will be on Haaland. And how many City do you want for that? Southampton, Leeds, and Wolves, Fulham. Again, Mitrovic is interesting. Shout there. United away to Brentford. I fear for Man United. I fear for United going over there. The bees will all be over them. Better be up for the fight. They better be able to stomach it. Ronaldo is really letting the side down there. He didn't really offer an awful lot, although Fernandes had a great chance against Brighton, but not much in the line of chances there. And they look a bit strange with Eriksen in behind Rashford. Eriksen is not that mobile to do that number 10 job, in my opinion. I think if anything, he should be doing a De Bruyne thing, sitting back a bit, just in behind a front three or something like that, dictating the show. He's good from set pieces. I think his corner or whatever came from the own goal, came from something. So yeah, he'll make something happen, but we'll see anyway. He's just United, I think, need a lot more than just Christian Eriksen coming in. That's my humble opinion. West Ham, Forest. Now this is where I'll be keeping an eye on Bowen all the way, and look, Forest will be pumped up for that. But West Ham, after playing City, they could be on an amazing level. And I'm not saying it's a come down going to Forest, but the pressure and the lack of possession, they'll have a lot more, and they'll be able to do more with it. And they're a good away team, so that's a possible captain shout for me if I'm brave enough. I'm already down a few points Not too worried at this stage. To be taking massive chances, but obviously we'll see. So there you go. Chelsea and Spurs. Uh, that's what everyone is off Spurs at the moment because that Chelsea game away and Liverpool on the Monday night game to Palace. So this is the first draft of my wild card. Got getting in my city anyway in advance. Obviously, Haaland's got to be the captain. Extremely shocked. I know the only thing I'm worried about Haaland is that he could be taken off after 70 minutes after he scored one and assisted. You know, when you want to have him on until 90 minutes and score 4 or 5. And you know, the safer bet is Salah. So I like this team. Now the thing is, on the Saturday night, this is the team I picked. I picked the team in regard to who I felt was going to rise in price. Okay, the crack in the bench, we all know Andreas is a sort of number 10 attacking midfielder for Fulham. Ryan Sessegnon is brilliant. He'll be competing with Perisic, but he'll get game time. And Patterson is playing, and he shouldn't have any problem playing again there. So I'm on about guys that are playing. Ward it looks like he's getting the shout ahead of Everson at Leicester for the goal. Leicester, I fancy will get someone in. Not that he was to blame for much really, but anyway, Maiev for the first goal. Ederson a bit, well, 5.5 is a lot just to get 6 points, and he won't get any save points rarely, unless he kicks one and gets an assist, which now and again he does. So yeah, my premise was who's going to rise in price on the Saturday after watching the games. After that drudge affair with Chelsea and Everton, that was a real drudge to watch. Raheem Sterling had a few chances, but at 10 million, you want a bit more than that. Mount threatened as well. They threatened pretty well. Havertz, just not really over impressed by Chelsea overall now. Now they got Spurs next, so that's not mightn't be a cakewalk either. There's no look. Kane loves playing the big teams, the top 6. So I wouldn't be surprised if he just answers his critics and gets a goal here or Son scores but for now needs must. And I selected this team basically on who I thought was going to rise in price. I thought Martinelli would rise in price, but he stayed the same. I thought Zinchenko would rise in price. I got him straight in because I like what he was doing down the left with Martinelli. The two of them were just absolutely unstoppable. Down the left, phenomenal. I couldn't believe what I was seeing from Martinelli. His close ball control and his pace is just devastating. He just needs to, finish. Although he did score, but he could have scored a few more that day against Palace, but not being too harsh. Of course, I thought Kulusevski would rise in price. I didn't know at the time with Haaland, but after what I saw with Spurs and Kane, I got rid of Kane pretty sharpish. It's 11.5 million. And I said, listen, might as well activate the wild card now because I'm going to do a transfer from Kane to Haaland anyway. So why should I use a transfer on the books? Currently, I've got 0 transfers done. And I think this season I want to have as little transfers as possible and just have a bit more faith. My team value has gone up by 0.3 just because I wildcarded. And when listen, people think I'm crazy. I'm just doing this for entertainment. I am, of course, but there's method to madness. Every genius, there's method to madness. All right. So now I got 0.3 in the bank there, and I can sit there, and I'll be looking for other ways to get bits and pieces. So after 1 game week, 0.3 in value. That's the way to have it. So yeah, but just thought, well, Kane's going to go out anyway. I might as well hit the wild card, and I was very impressed with Darwin Núñez. I swear, like coming off the bench and doing that, he changed the whole game, and I think he's going to have a new dimension with. I think that Firmino can't write him off totally. He'll get his goals, big goals as well, but no, it's about that fox in the box, and I just think I can't believe how he just walked in and just had that sort of telepathic sort of instinct to where he is in the box, and it's just like a great sign for Liverpool and Klopp. And I'm excited by it now. They're here in this team. I don't have Trent or Robertson, but I'm thinking that if I downgrade Ederson to that another 4 million, Everson, that's 1.5. Maybe get off Kulu, throw in Robinson or Trent Alexander in the future. But I'm sticking with all these guys. Really happy I made the move for Mitrovic and got this 0.3. That was good. I really thought also Martinelli would rise, but he didn't. And I was convinced Darwin would rise as well. But I think he will rise. If he pops in another couple, people are just going to see. The problem is how, people want De Bruyne, they want other options in midfield. So if I did get rid of Darwin, I could possibly look for a way to get Son in the team, but I have to get sale of 1.5 there from Anderson. Maybe get rid of Walker to a 4.5. That's 2 million. Downgrade Darwin to 7 million, or maybe 7.5 Wilson. Maybe have to get another 4 million defender in and play. Well, I can get rid of Ryan Sessegnon down to a 4 million, and that would make enough to get in Wilson there for 7.5. But I'm looking for the money then I'd have the money just to throw upgrade Kulusevski to Son. But I was thinking maybe could have Diaz in there or Madison or Saka, and then upgrade them to 4 million to get Son, because I don't have Kane. But if Wilson, Son, that's going to be a good team. So that's where my head's at the moment. I have all week to mull on this, so less about this now. That's where I'm at there, guys. All honesty here, and the guru. If you're following me all last season or just whatever, the faith would have been paid on a lot of things, and I just hope to give people some ideas or a different perspective. It's not really stats based. I hate stats. I don't do them. So yeah, heads up. Now I think this Joe Braid has been phenomenal. He's managed to get that 81, not owning like Haaland and a few others. This is unbelievable. Like, okay, Martinelli, Saha, like I had myself, Cancelo, Zinchenko. This is where he made all his points. Darwin, that was a great call. Fair play, Darwin. I had Darwin Núñez in my penultimate draft, and I'm regretting it now. And Wilson, brilliant. So this is real. No Kane, no Son, no De Bruyne. This is phenomenal. No Haaland. Absolutely. That's really, could have been in the mock-up if I had a picture of you, bro. Was good stuff. Keep it up now. You've had a good start. Loads of these guys in the Christy Nicholson will have great starts, but where will they be in game week 38? All I know is I'll be up where I normally am. Okay, slight mild threat. Yeah, this team, Cucurella is going to go to Chelsea. That's handy to have, but is it too much locked in the bench? But Rashford, I have to start thinking about Rashford, what to do with him. But there's a big liability there. I'm sure they probably could even wildcard, and you can get his Haaland in easy. I wouldn't like to take a -4 just to go messing about, or maybe a -3 needed, or -8 needed to get to Haaland. Haaland is a massive risk, and after game week 2, Son and Kane will be massive risk to Joe's team. So Salah, and we trust, but it's going to be interesting the next few weeks. It's the race to game week 16 until the World Cup starts. So for me, this season it's like 2 seasons in one. It's like a half split season. First season and then the end of the season, because the World Cup changes everything, injuries, the whole lot. It's like a new competition again, really. Anyway, right, Parker One, a bit more straightforward. But again, Darwin, that's a great call again. People with Darwin, they're the ones that got these extra points. Diaz, the triple, no triple Liverpool. Parker's a United fan, and he's got one. Yeah, of course he's got to have United in there. De Gea, that's a lot of money. Is he 5.5 million now? Cancelo, say Kubali 5.5. Good alternative for Chelsea. Clean sheets there. Kulusevski, big win there for Pork. Bernardo, not so sure. A little bit of, you'll have to keep an eye on this team. Perisic, a lot on the bench there. Didn't play him this time around. It's a strange one, isn't it? So it's got Fornals is another one on 5 million or something. Basuma's on 5. He's got a bit of a bench there. But yeah, he's Captain Haaland. You know, who am I to question the Rouge man? He's got it right. He's got it off to a good start. He's got options on the bench, and I like it. I like it. Generally, he's got Liverpool, a mix of City. So good stuff, Rouge, and keep it going. Sanchez is nice to have on the bench. So it's that's a winner. That's a winner, all right, for this week. Yeah, Michael Waldron again. You know, Salah. No Salah. That's the thing about Pork, is he got Salah. You know, no Salah. So. If it's going to be one, it's going to be the other. If it's not the other, it's both. If it's not either of them, it's someone else. It's very tricky this year. There's loads of captain options. You know, Son is going to be a massive captain. Haaland, Salah. But I think Bowen, I'm going to stick with a bit of faith in Bowen this season. I'm going to give him every chance to see if he can repeat. Varane on the bench. A very good call. Well done. Quick, make that a great team there. A lot of good calls in there. Darwin and Zinchenko, Haaland, Mendy and Kubali. That's a lovely score there. A target instead of Trippier, who only got 1 bonus point, but a target must have got either an assist or he got 2 bonus points. Yeah, this is just a rough breakdown of how everyone's doing. Aiden Gaffney, Haaland, Dazzler Hunts, Dazzlers, Dazzlers, Angels. Yeah, Sean Gilday, the sniper, very good team. Again, a lot of good calls in there. Great score. Well done. Going forward, yeah, that was a bit meh. That was a meh. 2 mehs in there. Yeah. Joy Fahy. Yeah, he's up there, and he's gone with De Bruyne. Haaland, he's all set up for game week 2 against Bournemouth. Great score, 72. God, I can't believe it, but he's 25 points ahead of me already. 28 points ahead of me, Park and the guys. Ugh, sickening. More of these scores, I don't know, it'd be any point to say too much anymore. Everson, what? Oh, he's Leicester, yeah. He's gone for the 2 4s. So yeah, this is you can get off to a good start, but you can blow up pretty quick. So Coutinho for John C. helping. Some great scores, 77s, loads of 77s here. Look at this, 74s, great stuff. What's Mark Phillips, the Oracle been at? The Oracle Rovers. Look, fair enough. Ramsdale is clean sheet. Jesus, a downer. Haaland, good shout. Not much difference between Salah and Haaland, captain wise. Doesn't make a difference. He went with the right 2, in my opinion, not Kane and Salah. Son, great insurance to have Son. Son's going to be such a differential in this tournament. Almiron should have scored a hatful, and especially in the first half. Missed the load. Surely he's got to come good, but it's a bit of a worry. Like, he got his 3 points there. His clean sheet bonus, but he should have scored. I was listening on the radio to it all day and couldn't believe it. James, this is a really solid team. 1, 2, 3, 4 handed all 3 car. 4 defenders, 4-4-2. Yeah. I think Jesus is going to drop in price soon enough. If you don't do anything against Leicester, that's Bailey, big disappointment. Look, I don't want to see another Villa player in my team from now until the end of the season. I'm so disgusted with the 2 of them. Bailey, Mings, you can keep the whole lot of them, mate. I'm not saying anything more, and I'm pissed off. Sorry, my language now, folks. Let them go. De Silva, yeah, at least he had De Silva. That's the Christy Kill course. The snowman pick there, phenomenal stuff. I couldn't believe it. Bet me, am I not? Sickening, but I'll have to write off the nut now for the rest of the year. You need to get off to a good start for that nut, the King of the Travellers. You can't be losing here, there, and everywhere. So good team, Oracle. That looks, for the eye test is phenomenal. Really good stuff. Well set up for next week. Son could do something against Chelsea. He's fixture proof. Son, way more than Kane. Kane is not fixture proof. He seems to sacrifice himself a lot in midfield sometimes and just lets everybody bomb on. But yeah, he should do well. So I like the team. De Silva probably for Almiron, but who knows? Bailey, get rid. And think about what you want to do. So lots of people have done their wild card, and if we get momentum with it, me and William Hitman Nestor, we'll see. And we'll be seeing who's activated their wild cards. Imagine down to 61. What a plonker stuff, mate. Oh, plonker stuff. Wow, that's a long league. Oh, 73 entries, it says altogether, up from 55. So very well pleased. Thanks everybody for entering. Absolutely. God bless you all. Dermot Phillips in there. Yeah, quite similar to the Oracle, would you not say? James, and he's got James, Walker and Persic, Cancelo and Trippier, Son, Diaz, Salah, Bailey, Martinelli, Haaland, Jesus, and so yeah, the two of them have been thinking along the same lines, but what they've done, they've concreted a great score, so well done. Eamon, the other Phillips, another Salah, but he's got again. Oh, he's a different thinker than to the other two. He's more of a random 8-baller, random. Yeah, this is Shane Luigi Healy. What's he done? Solid 73 from Faceman. Neto was anytime you see a Neto in the team, they've been listening to people, and fair enough. That's what you do. I don't know about Neto. I think some people have got poisons, which might be, and now Grobe or Gross, however you say, 5.5 instead of Neto. I'm not sure. Just not gone on Wolves. Even, and it looks Connor Cody could be going to Everton as well. That's in the pipeline. So yeah, nothing. It's a little bit templatey, this team, in all fairness. It's a good start, and that's what you want. And like when you compare, he's 21 points ahead of me. I didn't go with the template. Joy Neenan, the Commando. This is our winner for the last 2 years in the Christy Nicholson pub, and he'll be miffed with Dina, of course. Look, they're the three best defenders, probably the best keeper. 2 outstanding saves against Palace, phenomenal. Martinelli, he got that call right with Saka. Diaz, bit of a worry now with his show, and with Darwin Núñez. So look, no Son, no Kane, fair enough. It's proved right. If you've gone without Spurs, yeah, you're on a winner already, and you don't need to get them in or worry about them, as long as Haaland and Salah are doing the job, especially Haaland. That was great stuff to get in. Made the right call, picking Haaland instead of Kane. But it was a throw up. Look, Kane's going to score goals. We all know it. But he's too, getting assist and someone gets 2, like Son or something. He's I don't know. He's patchy for me. Let's have a look at Connor Hussey, who came 5th last year. What a performance! One of his amazing run he had last year, in the top 3 for long periods as well. He's gone for, Ramsdale. Wow, he's gone for Ward. I would have put in Ramsdale in there now. Cancelo, Walker, and Haaland. He's got the trip. He's all set up for the treble City against Bournemouth coming up. We're all looking for that. Salah, Haaland, Jesus, Martinelli. That to me is and the Neto. That's the template. No offense, Connor. The template is basically one As long as you've had Haaland and not Kane, stayed away from Spurs. The template has won. The two Liverpool defenders, they will come good at some stage. Imagine if they did anything against Fulham. That could be 100. So the potential of this team is just the template. The template always wins. I just can't do it. It's not me. It's like playing football by numbers or coloring book, you know. 1 is yellow, 2 is green, 3 is red, 4 is purple. Boring. But it's about points. But I will do it my way, and you guys do it your way. Right, who else? Are we just an honourable mention to a few more? Andy Cagnon, our top striker, the captain of the Ballyhaunis Town football, the soccer, the Mayo Association Football League here in Mayo. What's he done? Gamares for 6 million. He's gone for Coutinho. Anything with Villa is a disaster. Okay, they're away, or they're at home to Everton, so they could come. You know, sometimes you pay faith in these guys, they will reward you. That's what I noticed last year, especially Son blanks against, you know, Brentford, and then he destroys the rest of the season. Pay faith, it will reward you in the end. You know, I've made my move, got the 0.3 million in already. Happy enough. Always, it is one of my kind of tricks, which I'm known for. But yeah, this team, Andy, pretty, there's a bit of character in there. It's not templatey. 71, great score. He's got a good start. He's got a bit of everything here. Saka and Jesus, bit of Liverpool. He's a Liverpool fan. A bit of Newcastle, a little bit of Newcastle by the side, a little bit of Liverpool, a little bit of Arsenal by my side. A little bit of City, here I am. A little bit of Villa. Yeah, so sorry about the singing there. Edward, my God. Should have scored 2 the other. I just don't know what he was at there against Arsenal. But that's a waste of money on the bench if I ever saw Langa. I think it's been a bit harsh with him and Ten Hag and probably Wan-Bissaka and the other dude, Varane. Like, they spent a load of money on Varane, and now he's on the bench. And Ronaldo, they've got like about nearly 200 million sitting on the bench there. So I don't know with Ten Hag at the minute. Look, it's a very hard situation with Ronaldo. CR7 is just blowing everybody out the window, leaving games before they're finished when he's involved in them, doesn't want to hear the manager. It's really, really blood curdling and milk curdling. The disrespect for CR7 is shown to a great United team and people, and you know, maybe Bobby Charlton, you know, Fergie in the stand, they're looking down at that, and you know, I don't think he'll go down as a legend. United is still going to be best, and Dennis Law and Bobby Charlton for me. And look, Andre Kanchelskis, Cantona, you know, there's way loads ahead of him. He's destroyed. It's all about him and me. I'm 37. I need to be in Champions League. It's disgusting, really. We see through all that. He's a great player, but there you go. Great player. But that's Andy Cagnon. Let's have a quick look. Owen Collins is in there. Getting down. Yes, Farhan Samando is our Nigerian player. First time he's entered the league. You're gonna win for sure. He's a massive Liverpool fan. He's one of my friends here in Redbridge. And yeah, so he's gone for the Sanchez, Ward, James. He's gone for the standards there. That's very that's the template. Neto, Bailey, Jesus. Bailey was all the rage at the beginning. Oh, he's done very well in preseason. And how did that work out for United? Great preseason, absolutely terrible start. So that's again very templatey. 68 is great start. Okay, 13 points down from the top, but I wouldn't anybody down here the 60s. They're a good start. Here's the snowman here. Christy Kilcourse. Again, great call for the Silva. Well done, Christy. Andreas is a plane, so he's got plenty. He's been able to swing 3 premiums: Haaland, Son, and Salah. It's great to have Son, but he could have been a lot better, either or the others. That missed out on about 10, 12 points there, but listen, it's going to be Son one day and the other one will blank or blow out. So look, he's well set up for game week 2 as well with the City. Look, I think it's very universal, very versatile team as well. And it's all Christy. There's no sign of a template here. In all fairness, he's mixed it up. Great call. Yeah, and I did fancy Newcastle. I did fancy having them going three with Newcastle. I just have a gut feeling about Newcastle this year. Good stuff. Okay, let's have a look more. Sean Fitzmaurice is in. Stephen Strefanola, who finished third last year, and Jesus Haaland, Salah. Okay, Saka into them. Martinelli. Yeah, it's it's a little bit templatey. Okay, fair enough, but that's what you do. It is proven winning tactic. Haaland, Salah. Okay, Martinelli could be in there, but who are you going to get? Another 8 million midfielder. Okay, Robinson. Alex and 3 Liverpool there, and yeah, it's look 66. Clicky click. Good stuff. Great. Owen Love Boat Row or Claire Morris, man. Or Claire Morris, the Blue Marauder, the Love Boat. Let's see, Haaland, Salah, Diaz, Neto, Perisic, Odegaard. Yeah, not a bad start for him there now. A few things to be thinking about now, really, but yeah, that's fine for going on next game week. Carl Carney, thank you for entering as well. He's got his team out there. He's got his captain pick. Right, this is better than what I did anyway. For 11 points better off than me. Great start for him, and good luck this year, Cahill, and everyone belong at you. Gary Higgins in there, former Ballyhaunis town captain, and the football gone further afield. Yeah, so Haaland, Salah, and Son. That's the Christy Kilcourse method. Fergie Great Guns Walsh is in there as well. He'll be a bit meh about 62 as well, but again, De Bruyne, that's an outfield. Kane, disappointing. He'll have to stick with Kane, but will he be priced out of the Haaland sub unless he's got something in the bank or he does a -4? Get rid of Kane and maybe Bailey, get a 4.5 midfielder, get in Haaland and just bite the bullet, swallow the pride and get it done. Top dog, Adrian Phillips. Quick look. Can't go too much more further. Nearly done. Kane captain. Very disappointing for. Well, that's a great score, I guess, is for nothing for captain, isn't it? Okay, no Haaland. He's got Salah. I would have captain Salah anyway, but look, Kane against Saints and they score 4. Like that's typical Kane. Even Son only got an assist, so that was a booby trap. That was a massive booby trap that happened to Sane and Connor, Kane and Son owners. De Bruyne, yes, he'll do well. So could just Ado's priced out of the straight swap now. Kane's gone down 0.1 and Haaland's gone up 0.1, so that's a 0.2 difference. So he'll have to do a -4 to get rid of Nico Archer is a 40. He's kind of goosed here in a way. He's got no way kind of getting, unless he gets with a run one of his first 11. Dallas, maybe get a 4 million midfielder like Dallas. A waste of time any United now for the rest of the season. Get him down to a 4 millionaire, and yeah, it just depends anyway. You just need a little bit more to transfer that. Going without Haaland now in game week 2 is like suicide. That's simply that. Well, thank you, Niall Richardson, Ivan DeMello, and everybody here. Robbie McCormick, had a good beer with him there. Got to know him a lot better. Robbie's in. Podge's son. And he said the crack it is. Haaland's a winner. Great. This is a good, very universal team here. It's definitely his own. Martinez has got all in Villa. It's disastrous. That's why it's probably a funny one out. Not done the wild card and got rid of some of these guys on Saturday night. Mahrez now just did his basic start. and James. So I think that's where we can really wrap up for the rest. I'm way down here with Wilness. Yeah, it's a funny one. Kulusevski was a great call, but Captain Kane killed him. And he's got the 3 premiums as well. What a team that is. 3 of them. Nico Williams was in there as well, which is a strange. How did he get in? Andreas didn't Taylor, so he was just goosed with 2 defenders that weren't playing, or one defender wasn't, so he had no option, no way to get him Andreas on, because he was a midfielder. 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't know anyway. God help, no worry. What happened to him? Did he get booked as well, or his own goal or something? Could have been. Bailey, Digne, that was my trap. That's the Guru trap, Digne Bailey. Very similar to what I was thinking anyway myself. But yeah, he's pressed a wild card anyway. We've probably made a bit of money, and we'll be the better for it now. Moving on. There's me there sitting in that Plonkerville. Anyone in the 50s is in Plonkerville. So Tommy Cunyan, Pa Kiley, Tig Morley. Thanks, Tig, for entering. Tig Morley, a hurler. No, Tig Buckley, I was thinking Tig Morley. Oh, yeah, Tig. Yeah, a hurler as well. Yes, hurler, of course. Thanks, Tig, for entering. A bit tired now. Hope you're keeping well. Yes, Sterling, Kulusevski, gone a bit alternative. Diaz is captain. No Salah. No Haaland. No Kane, no Son. Doesn't like the premiums. Right. Morgan Lyons, thanks for entering as well. Plonkerville, Will Nestor, and myself is in Plonkerville. Kieran Kiley, who finished 4th, is in Plonkerville at the minute. Yeah, it's just having no Haaland and no, most everyone Darwin doing it. So I'm just rambling a bit here, but that's the crack there at the minute with where we are. Nearly there. What else have we got? The nut. Yeah, Sniper took out Jerry Freely, Connor Hussies, Bet John, Toffee Crush Kelly, Morgan Lyons, Morgan the Prodigy was taken down by Dermot. Great score, Dermot Phillips. Marquis took out Owen Collins, Clare, intercounty hurler, footballer. Eamon Phillips taking out Fergal Walsh, the Great Guns. Kieran Kiley losing out last year's King of the Knot winner, Robert Cunyon, and I have his trophies at home in Clare Road and the money. So, Joe the Commando was just taken out. Joey Nina was taken out by Sean Err. Well, big setback. Couldn't enter last year. He forgot to enter, and we got no Stephen Stratford. Nolan this year, he forgot to enter. Disaster. Wanted him in it. That's the problem. It cuts off after the first game. Once the first game week gets underway, that's it. No more entries. Yeah, Aidan Fitzmaurice, good score for himself. Han Solo, but losing out to and Andy Cunyon, Donald Silvermines O'Brien or Tipperary, Ballyhaunis hurler, taking out Cal there, and yeah, Cormac Reedy taking out Pat Kiley. Christy Kilcourse knocking me on the head. Guru killer there. Joseph Lochran, 72 taking out Tommy Cunyon. Nice to see you, Tommy. 3rd in 2017 in the Christy Nicholson. So he has a top dogs trophy to his name, everybody. That's Tommy Cunyon. Nice lad. And Adrian Phillips getting off to a win against Keith Robinson, massive hurler United, and Ballyhaunis Town footballer in the code of soccer. So we have a group mix of hurlers, footballers, and soccer players, and all sorts, and intercounty players. And thanks very much for entering. I'm really, really delighted, and God bless you all. I'm looking forward to a good season. Guru is not dead and dusted yet. Always gets off to a terrible start, but as you can see, always thinks on his feet. He's pressed the panic button, and he's gone in at 5 million. I can't believe it. Oh my God. There's 52 points and 5.2 million in rank. Typical. 52, 52, 52. Golden Benny. Core. That's a disaster. 5th. And Sean Gilday is in the hunt there. Great start from these guys. So it's going to be hard to win this thing. But thanks everyone else for entering. That's a lot of dough. Kilbride will be popping in there, so there's a lot of people. That's nearly 320 quid. Be a nice scoop. So yeah, that's all we got time for, folks. Thanks for listening and watching on. Time to end it now. And listen, good luck, best of luck for next game week. Look, you all know what you got to do. Yeah, I don't tend to. I watched something with Andy from Let's Talk, and he's already talking about Darwin Nunez, and he's, always on the. So I find if I roll my own way and play without so much being influenced, although it is entertainment when you watch it, and it is interesting. I find if I roll my own way, it works out best in the long run. And look, I didn't do the template. I was pretty alternative. I had a thinking about Bowen, and I'll see if Bowen pays off. And if he does, and I get him on the right week, that's the thing. Is the key is probably find an alternative pick when City and Liverpool, or Tottenham and Liverpool, or Tottenham and Chelsea, or Tottenham and City are playing each other. Then that's a time when a Bowen could strike, or a Madison, or a Saka. Any year for. I'm a big fan of the 4 million midfielders this season. So, okay, folks. That's onwards and upwards. Good luck for next game week. Nice to have a week's rest and get the pod done. And look after yourself. Be safe. Be careful, and God bless.